All right, welcome back, captains, first officers, passengers, and everyone alike to the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel. It is Wednesday, November 10th, day prior to Veterans Day. So first of all, happy Veterans Day to everyone, not just the service members themselves, but also the family members who support the service members and of course veterans. So I wish you all a happy Veterans Day, which will happen tomorrow or today for you somewhere, depending on where you are. And without further ado, man, we are in Minneapolis, St. Paul, once again departing out of the state now, headed to O'Hare on this first leg. We don't know if there will be a second leg, but we for sure going to do this first leg. So as you can see here, we are in our Embraer ERJ 145 and GDJ. Woohoo! Have a great flight. Happy Veterans Day. Appreciate you checking in. Happy Veterans Day to everyone. Like I said, thanks for joining the stream, guys. And we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. We are in Minneapolis Center's purview. So let's go ahead and jump on board really quick. And you can see we are online and we have some other aircraft here. And we are on the VATSIM network. So let us go ahead and shut this thrifty music down. We've already got a PDC sent to us. So now we just need to get the aircraft up and running. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and go to our ground ops. Let's open up this door so passengers can start boarding and get the GPU on. And of course we are going to come up top and get those batteries on. Let's get the emergency lights as well as the nav, and let's extinguish that wonderful noise. You can see that looks like it's a little rainy outside, but that's no big deal. Leo Sticks, yo, what up, my guy? I'm here, baby. Let's get it. And he's saying thanks for your service. Hey, Leo, man, appreciate you, man. Good looking out, guys. We got Leo Sticks 86 in the house, man. Content creator. Check his channel out. Just check out his tag in the chat. It's Leo, Leo Sticks STIXX86, man. Go check his channel out and give him a sub. Dude is dope. Leo, thanks for riding aboard with us today. Let's go ahead and get our passengers loading, if we will. And get them all up on board so you can hear that music there happening. And let's take a look here at our pre-departure clearance. Let's see, runway change, expect 17 for departure, and we're going to be doing our squawk code of 2640. So let's get that in. Alright, so we got our squawk code in. Now we can go down here and start initializing the aircraft. So let's go to the MCDU index and hit initialization. Initialize FMS is what we're doing. We are going to be flying at flight level 310, so that's okay. And let's see, PDC is valid, Envoy 318 departing, transponder. Okay, we got our routing. The Rochester 1, Rochester, Zipper, Fayetteville, O'Hare. Looks good there. So let's go ahead and do what we need to do. You guys got to remember, this thing here is a little bit different of an animal in terms of how you work it. So let's get right into it. So first things first, you got to start with your departure. We are selecting, we got runway 17 for departure. And now we can select the SID, which of course is the Rochester 1. Now we don't really need this Alto in there, but we're going to have to leave it in there for all intents and purposes. So that's what we will talk about. And then O'Hare is in there already. Let's select the star.
Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know.
The star is the Fayetteville 7.
Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once
and
you
with
depart,
zipper transition.
any laptops or tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard.
And we'll plan on doing the ILS 10C based off the winds. But of course, that could change. All right, now what we got to do is go over to the MCDU index, go to progress here, go to flight plan, and hit execute. And we could take a look at our flight plan,
Good morning, ladies
vectors,
and gentlemen, and welcome aboard
Vodug, Docker, Cordy, RST Alto.
Will be roughly 1 hour.
I wonder if we can get rid of this one because we don't need that.
Now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed.
Let's
If
see
you have
here.
not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare cabin for departure and cross check.
All right, so we'll just have to be mindful of that because you do have to put some waypoints in here. Let's see, RST zipper. So really we need to get rid of this guy here. So let's see if we can do it over here on the legs page. But if not, we'll just have to get rid of it. Legs and next page. Let's see, previous. So this is what we need to get rid of, is this alto. Okay, there's a discontinuity. And let's see, then we need zipper. We can go to previous. Boom. Execute. Now let's go back up here. Hit execute. Let's go back out. Let's see. So it's still in here. So yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to monitor it on our flight plan and see what's going on. Because this one is kind of the secondary and this is the master, if you will. But we'll just monitor that, so hopefully we won't start doing the turn. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and we got our flight plan pretty much initialized. Fuel on board, we're looking good right here. We have 7,000 something pounds, which is good. We did that according to the flight plan, of course. So now what we need to do is come back to progress, MCDU index, and we are most certainly going to go to the perf. And we're going to take off flaps 9. Let's go ahead and get those trims to the 7 up position. You can hear that in movement. And here's our V speeds right here, guys. So the only other thing it's going to ask us for do is what is our cruising Mach altitude or speed, and let's just try for 7.4. Not that that's going to make a difference, but there's just giving us more time there. And then perf 3 is for landing, so we're not going to worry about that. So let's go back to perf 2, verify our cruising altitudes in there. Bada bing, bada boom. We have our final weight, so we're pretty good. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the av tab here, so that we can figure out where we need to be. Alright, so let's show you where we're at on the field. Airport, boom. Okay, let's look for runway 17, then we'll get the weather and then we'll get out of here. Okay, here's runway 17, way over here, because of the winds, I'm assuming. So that's going to be quite the long taxi, so we'll be ready to call that taxi out, of course. Let's put our aviator tablet down here, and let's get on the frequency, guys, that we need to be on. First of all, we're going to go ahead and check our ATIS. ATIS for Minneapolis is 3535. So this is also a controller for COM 2. Alright, 3535, and we can come right over here and tune in.
Ceiling 1,600 overcast. Temperature 7. 2.4. Altimeter 2972. Simultaneous dependent. ILS runway 12 right approach in use. ILS runway 12 left approach in use. final approach. Over was a sensitive area. Departing runway 12 left, runway 12 right, runway 17. North to airmen. Runway 4, 22 closed. Runway 12 right, condition
Alright,
code
2972.
555 at 1705 Zulu. Runway 12 left, condition code 555 at 1703 Zulu.
334.
Runway 17, condition code 555 at 1457 Zulu. Hazardous weather information for Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport area available from Flight Service Station. Caution. Birds near Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. Read back, hold short instructions and assigned altitudes. All aircraft taxi with transponder and altitude encoding on. Advise on initial contact. You have information alpha.
Alright, information alpha is current. So we do have alpha on board. And let's go ahead and take a really quick look and see what our push is going to be. Mall Gaming 101, hey, what's going on? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well today. Okay, so we need to basically push back onto Quebec, but let's see what our better pushback gives us here. And we already know that the runway is way over here, so we're going to push back with our nose facing left. So let's see what our better pushback gives us. Let's see.
Number 338, Mike Kilo, radar contact.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Is that the way I wanted us to face?
338, Mike Kilo,
Nose to the right.
climbing 2,500.
Yes, nose to the right. So that's actually okay.
Climb and maintain 5,000.
Climb maintain 5,000, 338.
That's actually okay the way the nose is already facing.
Potential aircraft information, Bravo, current Minneapolis, altimeter 2971.
Alright, altimeter 2971 now, and Bravo's current.
Number 338, Mike Kilo, turn left heading 360.
Let's go ahead and get the better pushback started, guys. And we can go ahead and start our APU. And we'll get that red beacon going, guys, so we can get out of here. Now, let's look at, while the truck is coming up, let's go ahead and look at the Rust 1, which is the Rochester 1. And you see the top altitude is 7,000. So let's see if he's repeating. Yep, Jet's 7,000. So let's get 7,000 in there, guys.
9611, Minneapolis Center, good evening. Radar contact, stay altitude.
7,000 is in there.
Maintain flight level 360.
And let's see if we get runway 17 for assign headings 233, maintain. Okay, so he's got to assign our altitude. Alright, so let's go up top really quick before we do the pushback. We need to get our bleeds on. Now we can get our pumps on. Let's get our fuels on now that the APU is up and running. You can see the GPU has automatically disconnected.
Turn left heading 270.
So let's come over here to our ground ops and close the door. Get that GPU off. The aircraft is nice and clean and ready for pushback.
And Bonanza 8 Mike Kilo, climb maintain 10.
And of course, let's go ahead and put our squawk on now. TARA. And let's see which way we're going to be facing.
319 Heavy, ready to taxi with Bravo. 319 Heavy, runway 12 right, taxi via Bravo, cross runway, correction, taxi via Alpha, cross runway forward Alpha.
Let's wait for him to read that back.
Okay, 12 right via Alpha, cross runway 4 Alpha, Delta 319 Heavy.
Minneapolis Center, envoy 318 at gate Charlie 11, requesting pushback onto Quebec.
Envoy 318, Minneapolis Center, pushback onto Quebec, approved, runway 17.
Okay, pushback on the Quebec, approved, runway 17, envoy 318. Alright guys, so we've got that all situated. And let's go ahead and release that parking brake. Alright guys, so we are getting ready to get up and at them. We will go ahead and get our actual runway heading and the our altitude and all that stuff situated upon departure. We're going to go ahead and put it in the vertical speed mode already.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
Bonanza 8 Mike Kilo, clear direct flying cloud.
Direct flying cloud, 33 Mike Kilo.
I'm going to do a nose up about 2,200 feet.
Minneapolis Center, American 1578 signing off. Appreciate
Alright guys, so we are getting pushed back here.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good one.
Got our little safety demonstration. Skyhawk pilot, hello, hello. Aviator JT, hey guys. Thanks for joining the stream. Happy Wednesday, Veterans Day Eve, if you will. Thanks for joining the stream. First leg, we're going to Chicago O'Hare. We don't know about a second leg, we just know about a first leg. Right now, we are currently getting pushed back in our ERJ 145, guys.
One of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency,
We are here at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, getting pushed back here.
In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you.
Alright. And I just got my RTX 3080 a few days ago, so happy. Good job, Skyhawk Sim Pilot. That is what I'm talking about. I'm actually getting one built with a 3080 as well. So that's good, man. Top of the line graphics card there, and hopefully your system is going to run X-Plane and Microsoft 2020 well, so congrats. Alright guys, so we're getting pushed back. You do see there's a little bit of rain here, no big deal. Let's go ahead and take their advice and get these engines up and running. Make sure our APU air is on, which it is. Alright, so we are starting the right engine at this point.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, ignition alpha is on there as you see. Okay, we're getting a start on number 2, which is the first engine. And of course we had a red beacon on. Everything is looking good up top.
Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
Now, good thing about this aircraft is that the timer will start itself upon our wheels leaving. If it doesn't, we'll make sure that it does. Alright, let's go ahead and close this and get a good start on engine number 1, which is the second engine that we're starting. You gotta hold the start switch down for a second, which is what we're doing. You gotta wait for it to say ignition alpha, and we'll start seeing some movement there on the ITT. Alright, you guys see that ITT moving now, and in one,
heavy, flighting
we can release and continue to get the aircraft all ready to go. We are taking off flaps 9, so let's go ahead and select flaps 9 and make sure it indicates here. There we go, we got a solid 9. And let me check you guys out in the chat here and get some flight controls on for you guys. Alright, flight controls are looking good. And you will love it. It runs fantastic. Waiting for X-Plane 12 now. Appreciate that, Skyhawk Sim Pilot. Alright, we got a good start on both engines, guys. Let's not waste any fuel. Let's get our packs on, of course. Let's get our APU bleed off, and let's get our regular bleeds on now. Bada bing, bada boom, and we can turn our APU off. Everything else up top looks good. Let's close this cover here. And logos on, passenger signs, we need to make sure they're both on. And yeah, I think we're looking good here, guys. We are going to be ready for taxi. Flaps are most certainly down and set to 9. And we have our V speeds right here. 133 is our rotation speed, guys. And we've already got our vertical altitude. Only thing we're going to be needing is our runway heading. We're just going to go ahead and slave it over to 170, because that more than likely is going to be about the runway heading. And we are ready to go. Minneapolis Center Envoy 318 is pushed back with information Bravo ready to taxi to runway 17.
Envoy 318, Runway 17, taxi via via Quebec Charlie. Hold short runway 12 right at Charlie.
Okay, runway 17, Quebec Charlie. Hold short runway 12 right at Charlie for Envoy 318. Okay, guys, so we got our taxi instructions. Let's look and see what that means to us. There's Quebec.
Minneapolis Ground at 121 Heavy is now ready to push.
And then here on Charlie, this is runway 12 right. We'll hold short right there.
Bravo is approved. Expect 12
So let's get out of here, guys. Let's go ahead.
Push on Bravo approved. Expect 12 right. That's 121 Heavy.
Taxi light on. Let's go do our official check. Let's come around this bad boy and see what we got.
And American 4194 already pushed as well. Looks like we may have gone Bravo as well.
All right, man, we looking good.
American
We looking good.
4194.
All right,
push on to
let
Bravo
us
is
get out of here, guys.
Reference Heavy's A340 pushes just off to your left.
Parking brake is released.
Push on to Bravo, approved. Then we'll reference the 74 American. Try the A340.
Okay. All right, and we got the flight controls on for you guys, so that's good to go. All right. Full up, full down, aileron right, aileron left, rudder right, and a little rudder left, toe brake, check. Flight controls are checked and clear. Let's go. So we got Quebec, Charlie.
Heavy radar contacts out to you leaving.
And the only thing I hate about this aircraft, I always feel like I'm sitting too close to the front. But that's got to be my own problem there, guys.
Clear direct McConnell, climb and maintain, flight level 400.
So welcome aboard, guys. Envoy flight 318 with service from Minneapolis to O'Hare International. We should be arriving there to gate Hotel 4. So we'll see what type of arrival that we get. Slow our roll down here a little bit. So after this, we're going to be making a left on Charlie, folks. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys had a stellar week so far. Made it to hump day. For a lot of us here, if we're in the United States, we get tomorrow off. Or if you have a banker schedule, then that means you don't work tomorrow either. But if you do work, still happy Veterans Day to you anyway. To those you love, if you're a veteran yourself or if you're actively serving, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing what you do. All right, so now we got to come over here and pick up Charlie. So it'll be this next taxiway here. Let's look right. Right is clear. And let's get some toe brakes in here. All right. And we're going to hold short of runway 12. Now we got those volumes. All right, we should be coming up on runway 12 here shortly. Let's go ahead and dial the power back. And Minneapolis Center, Envoy 318 on Charlie, holding short, runway 12 right.
Envoy 318, cross runway 12 right at Charlie, turn right at Whiskey, and cross runway 4 at Whiskey.
Okay, cross runway 12 right at Charlie, then on Whiskey, and cross runway 4 on Whiskey for Envoy 318. All right, hopefully we set that back right. Gonna get these landing lights on, of course, and the strobe since we're crossing runway.
8 Mike Kilo, do you have the weather and notice in Mankato?
Right.
I do have the weather in Mankato.
Here comes Whiskey.
Okay, fair approach request over there.
We'll take the RNAV 15.
Got strobe off there. And now we're going to take our ride on Whiskey.
Expect RNAV runway 15 approach at Mankato.
Roger, with the DJ Mankato, expect RNAV 15.
All right. Look right, it's clear. Look left, it's clear. And It's almost back on with the strobes and the lights. Now this runway is used for a taxiway just as well as it's used for a runway. It just depends. Alright, we'll be crossing over Mike. Strobes back off. And let's take a look and see where we're at. So now Whiskey's going to wrap all the way around.
318, taxi via Whiskey, Kilo 10, and you're going to be ready upon reaching?
Yes, sir. We'll taxi to 17 Whiskey, Kilo 10, and we'll be ready immediately once we get to the runway for departure. I just need the heading you want us to fly, sir.
After you got it. It'll be runway heading. You plan on that.
Okay, Roger. We'll plan on runway heading, and we'll be ready to go as soon as we get to the base. Runway 17 for Envoy 318. Thanks a lot. All right. So, like I said, it's going to be runway heading.
Center, Delta 121 Heavy is ready to go.
Delta 121 Heavy, runway 12 right, taxi via Alpha, cross runway forward Alpha.
Alpha, cross runway forward Alpha, Delta 121 Heavy.
American 4194. If y'all are doing if you guys are doing a group flight and prefer runway 12 right, I can accommodate that too. Just let me know what you prefer.
All right, Dave McKee says going to put you on the big screen, so I won't be able to type. Let's get it right. Thank you, Dave.
Taxi.
Yeah, we're ready to dock American 4194. Thanks.
American 4194.
And guys, just so you know, we got Dave McKee in the house. He's also a content creator himself.
Cross runway forward Alpha.
And he doesn't do as many lives as he does as uploads. So you guys check him out in the chat, Dave McKee. And give him a sub if you could. He's got some very awesome.
Runway 17 clear for takeoff.
Runway 17 clear for takeoff for Envoy 318. All right, guys. So we've already got our. Here's Kilo 8, and we'll be coming up on Kilo 10 right here, guys, and we're out of here. All right, guys. And now we are officially on Kilo 10. Let's look and see if we can find out what runway heading is. 170, just as we thought it was, so we're good to go on our heading. And we're going to put this in the heading mode. Let's go back. Lights on. Strobe is on. And don't forget what I said, guys. This aircraft actually will start the clock on its own. Alright, guys, here we go. Nice smooth left. And we got to get out of here as promised. So now we can get our av tab off. We don't want anything blocking our way. Now the last thing we have to do, guys, put this in the takeoff profile. And we're ready to go. Takeoff power is set. Yeah, 133 is our rotation speed. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots cross check. And rotate. Alright, guys, coming back nice and easy on that power. Flaps are coming up. Pull that power back because this thing will overspeed. And into the cloud we go. Autopilot has been connected. Now we need to come over here and go to the climb feature. Now we're going to go to flight level change. Okay, Envoy 318 is out of 2,600, climbing 7,000.
Envoy 318, roger, clear direct doctor, climb and maintain level 310.
Up to flight level 310, clear direct doctor, Envoy 318. Alright guys, so now let's get our direct in there, and then we'll go up to flight level 310. So what we got to do here is come over here, go to progress, go to the flight plan, and go to Docker. Now we're going to hit direct. Bada bing, bada boom. We got to come up here, go to our nav. Now we'll be going direct Doctor, and then we can come over here, back to progress, MCDU autopilot, and we want 310.
Bonanza 8, Mike
And here's the target altitude. Boom.
Amendment to your clearance.
Accepted.
Advise when you're ready.
So now you can see we're going to continue our climb to flight level 310, guys, and we have the smooth takeoff. Let's go ahead and check everything out here. Landing gear is up and smooth. Flaps are selected to 0.
Clear to
Up.
the,
Lights are on for the time being, and we have our direct clearance on route. After takeoff checklist is complete, my friends. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And before I check the chat, you know what we got to do.
India, Bravo, Oscar,
Got to get us a little flyby here, man. We
Yep,
don't play
Roger.
around.
After Zana, we're clear direct high
Woo! Alright guys, let's see here. Skyhawk, why do Learjets test reversers while taxiing? I don't know, that's a good question, Skyhawk. Man, I don't have the answer to that. Now look at this. For once, the timer did start. So let's hit our en route timer. And I don't know what this negative 625 is. Let's see.
Got a 121 heavy, fly, runway heading, the wind 110 at 11, runway 12 right, clear to takeoff.
Passing
Heading, clear to take off.
coming off.
That's a runway 12 right, that's a 121 heavy.
Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small fee. We do offer complimentary in-flight.
And you can see it's automatically increasing its speed because we have passed 10,000. So guys, we are up and on board. Flying time today is about 1 hour and 7 minutes. As you can see here, our en route timer and chronometer is all messed up, but that's okay.
Central aircraft at Minneapolis, information Charlie now, current Minneapolis altimeter 2970.
Alright, so we have to remember, and I'll check you guys out in the chat, we have to remember that we have a little snafu in our flight plan, and that is that we don't need this alto. So when we get to the Rochester VOR,
pilot's discretion, maintain 3000.
we need to go direct to zipper. That's the bottom line up front, so we got to be cognizant of this. Once we're direct RST, we got to pay attention to when we cross that waypoint, so let's not get distracted by any means there, guys. And yeah guys, everything here so far is looking good.
American 4194, runway 12 right, line up from right, be a 2-minute hold for wake turbulence.
What's your right, line for Wayne American?
And she is doing quite well here, guys. It's pretty loud back here. Alright, back up front we go, guys. And we are passing through 14,700 feet. Skyhawk Sim Pilot says, can you do a flight to MROC San Jose, Costa Rica? Sure. A flight to MROC, which is San Jose, Costa Rica. Sure. I've never flown into Costa Rica, but I will. San Jose, Costa Rica. So are you from there, Skyhawk Sim Pilot? Let me know. Let me know if that's where you're from. Is that why you're requesting that, or is that just a destination that you're keen on? So, this is not an entirely long flight.
Got a 121 heavy, radar contact.
Right now, the winds are out of the east. We're planning on 10 Charlie for arrival, so
got a 121 heavy.
We'll see how that goes.
Direct Rummel, climb and maintain flight level 380.
And there is no
Rummel and flight level 380.
ATC on, so
Minneapolis Center, good evening. Freerunner 5 with Charlie I, part of Milwaukee.
you can see it's getting a little bumpy here, guys. So it looks like our en route timer
make sure I know
finally
what,
did start
you said
for us.
Freedom Air
See,
5,
it's at
sorry,
3 minutes.
Freightrunners 5.
Freightrunners 5.
Alright, we got about 500 feet to go until we get to
Center,
our
Roger. Clearance under request number 1, stand by. I'll get a
standard
PDC
transition altitude here in the United States. some Charmin cloud cover here. Alright, we have reached 18,000 feet, folks.
American 4194,
standard.
fly the runway heading, the wind 110 at 11, runway 12 right, clear for takeoff, caution wake turbulence, 2 minutes, still heavy.
And standard.
Started.
So we
heading,
are in the standard
close to takeoff, runway 12 right, American 4194.
pressure for our transition altitude, so we're doing good there, guys. Everything up top looks good. Bada bing, bada boom. Da da da. Very easy aircraft to get up and running. You just have to understand that that really weird FMC down here and how it kind of works. So there's pros and cons to it. Let's look up a little bit. Not too bad out front. And let's see, we got a 40-mile range here. That works out for us. Pretty soon here we'll go ahead and start planning for our arrival and what runway we're taking. In the meantime, let's see if we can get some music on in the background. And you guys let me know how those volumes are doing. All right, let's see here. He says there is an amazing scenery, and yes, I'm from New York but live in Costa Rica. All right, Skyhawk Sim Pilot, perfect. So entonces tú hablas español, pues? ¿Eres latino o eres un americano que nada más está visitando este país para cultura? ¿O es tu cultura porque tú eres de Costa Rica? ¿Cómo se llama? Costarriqueño, ¿no?
Advance 8, Mike Kilo at high box. Clear,
Alright, you guys can see a little bit weather off the aircraft here. And again, once we get direct to Rochester, we need to watch that because we will most certainly have to go direct to Zipper because we have this waypoint in here that we don't want.
500 American 4194.
So,
4194, clear direct rumble, climb maintain, followable 260.
Clear direct rumble and clear 260 American 4194.
okay, now we should be getting ready to go direct to Cordy. Let's check these legs page out here. Okay, we got 1 nautical mile, so this will give us an idea of what we need to do here. And let me see if the other one actually took over. Let's see if we have the Alto in there. Okay, so check it out, guys. There's nothing else we need to do because we got RST in there and then we got Zipper. So this is actually one thing that I'm learning today. So primarily you're going to set everything up on this side, but if you want to alter it, you can do it here because we did get rid of it and it's showing up in the flight plan as accordingly. Skyhawk pilot says, "Sí, mi papá es tico y mi madre es de New York." Ah, got it. Perfecto. Pues que chévere que puedes vivir en tu país, pues. En el lado de tu papá. Ándale. Yo soy portugués y boricua y moreno y aviro o nativo. El lado de mi mamá es morena y nativo, y de mi papá es boricua y portugués. So, alright, man, just trying to figure out who we got in the channel today, guys. Big ups to everyone for riding along. And let's get that AV tablet opened up so that we can most certainly see what exactly we can expect in the Chicago O'Hare area. So let's start closing some of these tabs down, including this one, and let's get into the Chicago O'Hare area. And I just realized that you guys do not need to see the keyboard right now in the controls, so let me get rid of that, and we'll go next. We already know the winds are out of the east. Let's see, let's kind of move this off here so we can monitor our aircraft here, because then once we get into our cruise situation, we have to put it in cruise and we'll monitor the speed coming up. Okay, so what are our available runways? And as I said, we are going to be descending on the Fayetteville situation, so we need this one opened up. And then of course we need to go back to our airport chart because we're going to need that. back here and let's open up our approach chart. And I'm going to choose 10 Charlie, the ILS. Okay, ILS or localizer runway 10 Charlie. It's going to be us. See, ILS, the minimums are 869. That's MDA, but we have ILS 869 here is going to be our decision height for runway 10 Charlie. So let's put that in now, 869. And less than 2,000 to go. Alright, so we got our decision height put in here, 860. It's actually 869. I think we'd be better off at 870, so let's do one more click. Alright, one more click, and then let's also take a look and see what the
perfect. Minneapolis Center to the 4681. Did you get my flight plan? Because it's saying my call plan's already in use.
108 905.
Let me see,
which is already in there, so that's good.
Using yours, but I don't see a flight plan for you at the moment.
That's embarrassing. Okay, I'll try to resubmit it here.
Alright, no worries. I'll let you know if it pops up, but I don't see it.
Alrighty, again here, looking at the map, we don't have that other point in there. We're going to be going direct zipper.
Minneapolis altimeter 2969er.
So the air is nice and smooth so far, so that's a good thing. We all know how it can be in this Midwest. It can get super choppy. And Skyhop Pilot says, MROC Airport, got you. Skyhop also says, oh wow, you're a combination of everything. Excellent. Just translating that. Sí, claro que sí, papá. Yo soy un combinación de mucho, como el mundo, como cada humano cada humano piensa que es 100% de una cultura, pero la verdad es no es. ¿Quién sabe exactamente qué somos adentro en nuestra sangre? But that's good, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a second leg or not, but let's get into the first one and just get one of these done.
Retreat 38 Mike Kilo. No traffic observed between you and the Mankato Airport. Radar services terminated, and frequency change to advisory frequency is approved. Just report your IFR cancellation in the air or on the ground on this frequency.
Alright guys, we have reached cruising altitude, so now we have to come down here and put it into the cruise by clicking this button. You're also going to notice it up here. It's going to be right here in the cruise mode, guy.
Mariner 5. Minneapolis Center, runway 12 left, taxi by a Tango
now you'll
Mike.
See the speed picking up here.
Papa, cross runway 12 right at Mike.
See, it says we're direct here, but we're not.
12 left, Tango Mike, Papa, cross 12 right at Mike.
So what we can do here is, just to be on the safe side, let's come here and hit direct.
Okay, Delta 4681, I do see your flight plan now.
And that absolutely was not the right thing to do. So let's go back to zipper. Let's see, ZZI. PR. Let's see what happens if we put that in there. Okay. So anyway, that wasn't good. So it won't let us put zipper in there. Let me try something here again. I guess I should have just left well enough alone. Okay, not active. So, whatever. We got it. We got that Tito at 90 miles. Let me just notify air traffic control. Minneapolis Center, Envoy 318.
Envoy 318, Minneapolis.
Yes, sir. Just want to advise that we were direct zipper, but we were messing with the FMC and it skipped over to the next waypoint of TO, and I can't get zipper back. So is that okay if we're direct to TO on our flight plan for Envoy 318?
Yeah, that's not a problem. I'll go and show it.
Okay, I appreciate you for Envoy 318. All right, so we just wanted to update them, so we're following protocols.
American 4194, we're going to step aside for 10 minutes. I'll report back.
All right, so by accident we gave ourselves a shortcut.
American 4194.
That's how we roll, folks.
Thank you.
All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look on my other screen here. Look at the ILS.
Whiskey 1555, Minneapolis Center. Good evening, squad 4562.
4562.
Whiskey 1555, radar contact over the Lamone IVUR, verify altitude, flight level 280.
280.
All right, I was just looking at the approach.
Cross Marley,
so let me show you guys what I found out.
The Omaha altimeter is 2972.
Well, across Marley, Marley at 6,000.
So we're currently direct to TO. And basically, once we get to this Blackhawk, we probably will go straight down and pick up another point if there's no ATC.
Got a 121 heavy, descend to pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Or else we could get this Maddie in there, but I think we're going to go direct. Any of these, actually, we can go direct to one here.
Yet, but I can tell you the wind is 190 at 6.
And essentially,
I'll get that to you here in a moment.
For us, what does
Understood.
that mean?
The weather on my end says it's overcast 500, so probably definitely going to
That
need
means we can come out
to
here and get it maybe at Barry here. That's a radar fix. Okay, Sharn is actually the initial fix here.
Minneapolis Center, Rudder 5, ready to go 12 left.
So
Runway
very
5,
Cooper
runway
Peepaw.
12 left, fly the runway heading, wind 110 at 9er, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading clear for takeoff,
Let's
12
see.
left, Rudder 5.
Very Cooper.
No, the 121 heavy,
Okay, so
I can give you runway 13 or 23,
there's
your
Peepaw.
choice.
I'll take runway 13, that's 121 heavy.
There's Peepaw right
No,
here for
121
sure.
heavy, roger. Expect ILS, runway 13 approach to point.
So what we'll have to do is perhaps go direct to Peepaw on this one right here, and we'll see if that controls it.
Envoy 318, leaving the airspace. Chicago Center's offline at the moment. Radar services terminated. Frequency change for a good flight to O'Hare.
All right, sir. We'll be going over to Unicom. I want to say thank you for the ATC. You have a great evening yourself. We'll see you next time for Envoy 318.
Appreciate that.
And then Skyhawk Sim Pilot is saying, can the flight to MROC be, looks like KMCO, which I think that's Orlando, to MROC with JetBlue. Very specific. Yeah, we'll give that a go. We'll see what aircraft flies that. All right, guys, let's switch it over to Unicom. Okay, we are switched over now to Unicom, so we're somewhat, so to speak, on our own. Let's go ahead and look at what our top of descent is saying. So we got top of descent in 93 miles, guys, and our initial descent altitude, if you will, is going to be Blackhawk at 26, but I don't want Blackhawk at 26. I'm going to want Blackhawk at bottom altitude, since we're giving ourselves a shortcut, so at 21. So maybe about 10 or 15 nautical miles prior to Black Hawk, we'll start our descent and look for flight level 210 to cross Black Hawk, guys. So this is a pretty short trip here. JetBlue does that flight, call sign JetBlue 1695, he said. What kind of aircraft do they fly? Skyhawk Sim Pilot, is it an Airbus A321, a Boeing 737 Max? Let me know. Yeah, we'll look and see if we can recreate that flight at some time, man. I do like requests. Now I'm gonna make sure you have my Discord, Blackhawk, and you should join it so that when I do this flight, you know, and it's done in the A320. So I'm putting my Discord up, Skyhawk Sim Pilot. Nightbot should throw it in there in any minute, and definitely let me know through Discord. Well, I'll let you know when I'm thinking about doing the flight. So there's the Discord right there, and join the server so that I can let you know I don't want to do the flight and you're not present. So that when I'm thinking about doing it, I'll give you a text either the day before or the morning of, and just let you know that I'm planning to do that so that you can check it out. In the meantime, guys, once again, thank you guys for flying on board here. This full service flight from Minneapolis, St. Paul to O'Hare. Once we land, basically I'm going to be checking with my wife. That's what I'm doing here. To see if I got time to do another leg before we take care of stuff we're going to do around the house. So as a pilot, we don't know if we're going to get another tasking when we get to O'Hare. We will find that out, and I'll check that out during our replay. So no rest for the weary. Let's come back up front now, and let's set our new target altitude to 21,000. And don't forget, we still do these descents on our own anyway, so this aircraft is a very hands-on aircraft. So far, so good. And just to let you guys know, we will be descending via the Fayetteville 7 zipper transition, which we don't have zipper transition. We got rid of it with the weird FMC. So as a reminder to you guys, start the plan in here, but don't plan on manipulating the plan in here or deleting waypoints. You're going to do it with this side. So these two definitely work in science or in conjunction. So we're going to see once we go direct to, because they're off kilter right now. So I'm thinking if I do a direct over here, it's going to skip the waypoint over here. So once we're in this one, we'll try to go direct to the waypoint that we want for our approach and do it that way. Since basically we're going to be handling this approach accordingly. Now, if we really wanted to do something the right way, we would fly this whole thing, turn back around somewhere, come downwind, which doesn't make any sense, and do our left downwind, left base, left to final, but we're not doing that. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take per se Blackhawk or this waypoint right here, and we are going to couple it with one of these Barry, Cooper, or Peepaw, which I'm really probably going to do it Cooper. Let's look and see if we've got Cooper in there. Cup. Oh, that's not it. Let's see. Bada bing. Okay, there's Barry and Cooper. See, so we could do either one of those. Which I'm thinking about going direct Cooper, to be honest with you guys. And Cooper should be at 8,000. So that's going to be a nice little descent between where we pull off of the Star and go direct to Cooper and start descending down to 8,000. And we're pulling up to gate Hotel 4. Let me show you where that's at, guys. Come back over here. Man, there's a lot of runways at O'Hare. Alright, guys. So we're parking at gate Hotel 4. It's right up in here. So it's on the second or right side wishbone is what I'm calling them. So runway 10 comes in this way, so we'll do a back taxi however we can get there and come up right here. If we're trying to be as efficient as possible, we would land on 10 Charlie and get off on Foxtrot, or actually Echo Echo and then do a back taxi, because if we get off at Foxtrot we have no way to cross the runway here. But if we do, we'll back taxi a little bit on runway 10 left, pick up November 3 and bring that all the way in. All we can do is plan, folks. Let's look at our top of descent here. So now it's saying top of descent is less than what we thought it was. 15 Blackhawk, 25 nautical miles. Let's look and see if we've even started to get on that approach or the star. Okay, we have, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and start our descent here shortly. So we're only at 31, we got 21, so we've got 45, 46 DME to get there. See, this is going to be all up anyway just because we mess with this over here. So this literally is off. Let me see if I can see, we got 8 nautical miles. Let me see something here. Okay, let's see if we go direct MIDI, what happens. Let's see, because that's not going to hurt us at all if it does it on both of them. So let's go back to the flight plan and let's hit direct. Okay, so now we're direct to MIDI, and let's go ahead and start our descent. So we can use the descent as well using this autopilot feature over here. So we got our target in there now. Now we need to put our target descent of, let's try, oops. Let's see. First thing first, we need to arm the vertical speed. Now let's clear this out. All right, we got negative 1900 in there. So now our descent is going to start. So look, it's got us direct to Steno. So messing with that really messed it up, guys. So don't do what I did, because now we are direct to this waypoint, which is fine. We're still paralleling it, but we know now not to mess with the two. Between the two, it's got to be one or the other. So yeah, we're direct to that now. So we won't mess with it anymore. So what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of monitor ourselves, and once we get kind of by Blackhawk, then we'll go direct to the next waypoint, which is going to be directly on that arrival, guys. So we have started our initial descent into the Chicago area, and Bowling Boy 2009 says, hi, how you doing, Bowling Boy 2009? Thanks for checking in. Skyhawk Sim Pilot says Discord name is Gavin Alpha. Got you. So we'll go and check that on the Discord. Check it on my phone here. And we'll just monitor the aircraft. You see that weather updating? All right, just wave back to you, Gavin. There we go. Actually, two waves on accident. All right, guys. So we've got our arrival all squared away. Okay, so the weather is still out of the east or southeast, if you will. So we're still landing on runway 10. And where are we at? Flight level 269 descending. So we're going to be doing good to be where we need to be. Flight level 210 here. Now let's take a look at something here. Pick up on the speed a little bit. Let's see, so this first waypoint is, looks like it starts with a G. Let's see what we got down here. Gibbons, maybe. So we might even be able to go direct Gibbons. So we'll be able to go direct Gibbons even from right here. So let's see what they want Gibbons at. Let's see, they want Barry, Cooper at 8. Let's see, I'm assuming we can do Barry at 9 or 10. At 11, seeing this at 9, so Gibbons will be at 11. So if we were to be good, attentive aviators, okay, let's take a look at the map here. So technically from Clibby, if you will, we can go direct Gibbons. So let's see what Clibby says. Okay, so it's Allsby at 14. Okay, right here, 270 at 13, so that's what we'll plan. Okay, yep, at 13 at 270. Okay. All right, so we're just picking up speed right now, guys. And then we're going to go direct right here, almost like a nice soft right turn. And we'll be direct to Gibbons, and then we're going to be taking that in. So that'll make for a seamless arrival into the O'Hare area. So we're not going to too much worry about that. Get up on that power a little bit. Now let's look at, let's see, let's come back over here. 21,000 feet, which we are, but we can actually go lower than that. We can go to 17,000 feet. So let's get in this autopilot, and let's see here. We most certainly have to put our vertical speed on. Let's do 17,000. And we'll just do it this way. We don't need to do autopilot. We can. All right, let's pull that speed back. Let me check you guys out in the chat. Everybody is calm and quiet, y'all. Calm and quiet. calm, cool, and relaxed and collected. All right. So we are good to go. Okay, so we definitely are going to make the next waypoint within the tolerance. Let's plan this at 13,000 feet. And the altimeter in the Chicago area, guys, is 29er, 89er. All right, 29er, 89ers in. 29er, 89ers in there as well, guys. And 29er, 89ers in there as well. Now we need to be at basically 270 at this point, so let's bring our speed back a little bit, guys. Alright, let's get this guy out of the way. Pull that power back even more. So there's the magic turn point there. So you can see we got about 22, 23 miles to go there. Chicago Traffic Envoy 318 is an Embraer ERJ 145, currently descending via the Fayetteville 7 direct cup, expecting full stop runway 10 Charlie, and after Crosby on the arrival we will be going direct to Gibbons, which is on the ILS approach 10 center for Chicago O'Hare traffic. Alright, so we did what we could do. Alright, speed is looking okay there. And Skyhawk Simpa says, yep, enjoying the action, no doubt. Appreciate you. And everything else is looking good here, guys. Let's pull that power back slightly. And I'm going to get the controls on here for you guys in a second. Let's hydrate. You know, we're heading east. I was really hoping to get a look of Lake Michigan. I don't think we're going to get a look at all, guys. So let's come over here now and we can kind of bring our vertical speed back a little bit. Alright guys, so now at this point let's see what this does if we go direct to... Get rid of that song first of all. Alright, so we want to go direct to Gibbons. So let's try this out, guys. All right, and it worked out. Alright guys, let's pick up a little bit. We want to stay about 230 on the speed. So now we are going to go direct Gibbons. And that will put us direct on the ILS. So we are vectoring ourselves, of course, and we can get rid of this chart now. We don't need that one. So final approach course is 93, guys. So once we get direct, I'll put on, once we get direct from Gibbons to whatever that next waypoint is, we'll put it in the heading mode, and we'll make sure we get a look and see what exactly our course heading is. We already have the ILS frequency programmed appropriately, which was 108.95. 108.95 on both sides, looking good. Alright guys, so we are at 11,000 feet. We're basically on a very, very extended, long, far out base turn for runway 10 Charlie. Alright guys, so let's do a few things here. Let us get the controls on, and let's get that music stopped because it's getting ready to be go time, guys. Okay, let's keep our speed at 230 or so. We don't want to let it bleed too much. Chicago O'Hare traffic, Envoy 318 is an Embraer ERJ 145, currently on a long base, left base for runway 10 Charlie, direct Gibbons, expecting full stop runway 10 Charlie for O'Hare traffic. Alright guys, let's extend that out and we'll keep it to the 20. Keeping our speed right here at 230. Let's see if the FMS is caught up yet and has given us an idea of what our arrival speeds will be. Still pending. Once we get a little closer, it's going to populate. And based off of the winds, which again I'm updating Navigraph or the weather. Okay, Embraer still got the winds out of 130 degrees, so southeast. 10 miles of visibility. There's some broken and overcast between 3,800 and 5,000. Altimeter is 298.9er still, and the winds are only at 11 knots. So we are going to be getting a slight bit of a slight crosswind, very ever so slight. And then of course our next waypoint should be at 9, basically 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Let's see if that's the step down that we get. Yeah, so on our final approach fix, looks like Ray, we should be at 2,300. So yeah, it's a pretty smooth step down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and then jumps from 1,000 to 1,700 feet difference between these two. And then right here at the Maltese cross, as you see there, we'll be hopefully getting that the ILS intercepted at Ray is what the plan is. So next step down at Barry should be at 9. But we're going to do it for every 2, so meaning I'll just monitor the vertical speed. And actually we can go for 9 on the first one since it's such a long far out leg. Alright, that weather's updating, and let me check you guys out in the chat before I get remiss and Leo Sticks, bro, awesome stream so far. I'm still here, my guy. I got you in the background doing some work on my Discord. No doubt, Leo Sticks, appreciate you for the support. Again, guys, if you weren't in the chat prior to Leo Sticks making comments, Leo Sticks 86 is now in the chat once again. Check him out, guys. He's a content creator. His handle's right there in the chat, how you spell it. If you're liking this stream, you'll definitely like his. He pays high attention to detail on his streams. He's a great sim pilot, as well as very interactive with his chats and his comments. So give him a sub and a like if you guys could. Go check his channel out. Leo Sticks 86. All right, folks. We're dialing it in. Remember, flying time was about an hour and 7 minutes. We're at 44 minutes, maybe about 2, because remember, this didn't start as it should have, so I think we're about 2 minutes behind or so. Now remember, runway approach course is 93. So I'll need to make sure the runway approach course is done. So we'll make our left turn to actually be on the super long final. And let's bleed that speed back now to about 210. We should have our turn coming up here, and then we'll get to action. And we are at 11,000 feet, but let's get those landing lights on just in case we forget, since we will be below down 10,000 feet here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start our nice little descent. About 700 feet per minute.
We have begun our final descent into Chicago. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any track one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the suspense pocket or under the seat center. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
All right, now we're direct Barry. Chicago air traffic, Envoy 318 is an Embraer E145 now on final direct to Barry, and we'll call out 10-mile final for full stop runway to Charlie, Chicago air traffic. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and square up the heading. Heading is squared up. Now we're going to go to heading mode. Now we have to click this to the nav mode, guys. And now we got to come and take a look and see where 93 is at. Right now it's heading east at 90. Let's see, heading is 92. Okay, so we're pretty much right on it as far as ILS is concerned. Oh yeah, 93, so we're good to go already, guys. So let's go ahead and put it back to the FMS mode and then go back to nav. And there you guys go. Then once we get closer on this heading, we'll go ahead and activate the ILS. And we'll be good to go. Let's take a look at our missed approach altitudes that we need to put in. So as we get closer, our missed approach, climb to 4,000 on a heading of 93 and inbound on the CGT VOR radio 336 to the VOR and hold. So let's see if that's in our FMS as well. So 4,000. There's CGT, so we can go direct to there and hold, which is cool. So we'll know to put 4,000 in there. Now, Greenlight, what's good, bro? Jay in chat, just got home. What's hood? There we go. What's up, Greenlight? One of my moderators, and Greenlight and I fly quite a bit, as well as other content creators that we fly with. Everybody give Greenlight a big up Greenlight. All right, let's go to performance, man, and let's check our performance out here. And it's still pending, so as we get a little bit closer we'll get it to log in. If not, what we can do is just come to perf 1, and here's our current weight right here, 45,942. We'll just plug it in close to final, and we're just trying to get down to 210 here. All right, so we needed Barry at 9, Cooper at 8. Okay, let's just type in 45,900. See what we get. Alright guys, so there's our V approach. And if it changes closer, we can change it up. We're going to land flaps 22 because of the wind. So our VREF and V approach are 138, guys. Alright, we're going to go one stage flaps. Flaps 9 has been selected. And once we get closer, we'll put our power into the takeoff power. Got to keep it right at 180, guys. All right. So let's take a look here at our flight path. So here at Rudder, that should be our point right before our final approach fix. Okay, we're doing good. We're right at 180. So if we go here, yeah, Ray is our final approach fix, and that should be where we're at 2,300. It looks like we got the glide slope information available already. So now we can start descending down once again, guys. Alright, pulling that speed back. Let's square up the heading. Go to heading mode. Go to the nav. And click approach. And the localizer and LNAV localizer has been captured. And so now we're just looking for that glide slope. Okay, so it's turning us. So let's go back to the heading mode, and that just means that the glide slope, or the localizer, we armed it way too early. It started following it and tried to pick it up. It might have picked up a different field is what happened. So we armed that too early, guys, but that's all right. We're going to get back on course here. So we armed it way too early, so that's why I was kind of elated, like, wow, we already got the ILS, but that's not the case. So let's see, I believe we need to get a little bit lower here. Okay, we need Rudder at 4,000, so let's go ahead and select 4,000. Alright, let's go ahead and put this back in the takeoff. As far as our engines are concerned. And we're looking for Rudder at 4,000. Let's see here. MCDU index, autopilot. Okay, 1900. Let's make sure that's in there. Vertical speed entry accepted. There we go. Alright guys, let me check you out one more time in the chat. Leo6 says, my man, big up. I would love to fly with you on one of your streams. He's absolutely is what Green Light Auto Brokers is saying to Leo Sticks. He would like to fly, and I know he will. Alright, let's see what we're direct now. Alright, so now we need that 2300. Alright, bringing that speed way back. There is the field. Now we should be able to get that ILS. Heading mode, nav, and let's go with the approach mode. Localizer and the glide slope have both been captured. No shenanigans. Alright guys, and don't forget 138 is our speed. Let's go speed check, flaps. Let's go flaps 18. And we're slowing the bird down, guys. Landing gear is coming out. Chicago O'Hare traffic. Envoy 318 Embraer ERJ 145 is on a 5-mile final full stop runway 10 Charlie for Chicago O'Hare traffic. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and go for our flaps 22. Flaps 22 has been selected. Okay, let's get our aviator tab off. Check the chat one more time. Alright, green light and Leo talking. Approach speed is 138. We're right there. Getting a little bit of a win. Okay, let's do our landing checklist. Landing lights are all on. Landing gear is down with 3 green. And flaps are selected to 22 and indicating. And landing clearance has been approved. Landing checklist complete, guys. Okay, you guys ready for my controls?
Autopilot.
Autopilot is off my aircraft. Chicago O'Hare, last call. I'm Embraer Envoy 318 is an Embraer ERJ 145. Short final, full stop runway 10 Charlie. Chicago O'Hare, last call. Alright guys, let's get it.
Camera's rolling, make it a good one.
1,000.
Appreciate you. Alright. Camera's rolling, make it a good one.
Minimums.
Continue landing.
$500.
500 cross check.
glide slope, 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 glide slope,
100.
glide slope, glide slope,
50.
glide slope,
Ten.
All right. We got a touchdown. Reversers are on. Came in a little canted. That wind, that's okay. Speed is bleeding. All right. 80 knots, reverse free. And we'll take the next landing. We're going to apply manual brakes. Manual brakes. And welcome to Chicago O'Hare, guys.
Ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen, welcome to Chicago. The local time is 12:03 p.m. and it's currently about 55
All right, guys.
degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices.
Flaps are coming up.
Until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to
Landing lights are coming off.
overhead bins as items
Strobes
may
off.
be during the flight. If this is your final destination,
Chicago O'Hare traffic, Envoy 318, clear runway 10 Charlie on Foxtrot. We'll be taxiing to gate Hotel 4 via Foxtrot, the back taxi on runway 10 left, and on into the ramp for Chicago O'Hare traffic. All right, flaps are all up. Let's get that APU on real quick, guys. Chicago O'Hare traffic, Envoy 318. We'll be doing a back taxi on 10 left unless somebody announces that they're using that runway. So we'll come to a hold real quick. Let's see who we got over here. We got a couple aircraft that they're not saying anything, so let's get our strobes on. Okay, Chicago O'Hare traffic, Envoy 318 will be entering runway 10 left now for back taxi. Be exiting to the first taxi ramp to the right. We'll announce clear runway 10 left, Chicago O'Hare traffic. All right. So we're just going to do a back taxi, slightly. And we're going to be getting off right here. Chicago O'Hare traffic on my 318 is clear, runway 10 left. All right, guys, now we are on November. And we can get those landing lights back off. Strobes back off. And let's taxi it on in, guys, and I'll check you guys out here in the chat in a minute. And I believe this is where we need to be. Let's get that app tablet toggled back on. Okay. That didn't do good. What did we get ourselves into? Let's see, airports. I think this is where we need to be. Yes, it is. Perfect. All right, app tab off. All right, continue taxi. Remember, guys, we're looking for Hotel 4. All right, let's make sure everything is up and clean. And APU has been started. All right, guys, I will definitely check you out in the chat here in a second. Let me get this bad boy parked. And I'm pretty sure I have some comments in there. Okay, guys, what we're going to do right now while we're rolling up, let's get our bleeds off. Get that APU bleed on. Turn the packs off. And let's see what we got here. What we got here. This is 8. Okay. Let's keep rolling it up. That's 8, 6, 5, and 4. We found our gate, guys. That's Hotel 4. And the next is Hotel 5. Alright, and you know we're going to go ahead and turn that. We don't have a marshaller, but we're going to go ahead and turn that light off anyway. Alright guys, and we have made it in to the area. We can go ahead and get that red beacon off, and let's get these engines all shut down. And welcome to Chicago O'Hare, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Get that to off, which is just fine, and let us log off the VATSIM network, and I will definitely be checking you guys out so that we can get the replay. And how about, do you guys want another one? All right, let's check these comments out, guys. Let's see. Leo 6 says nice. Captain Shaquille Oatmeal says sweet. Greenlight says very good job. And Kazato says yo, Greenlight Auto Brokers, and he says nice landing. Appreciate you guys. Let's get back into this replay and see what is popping today with our replay here. And let's toggle that replay mode and see what we got, guys, and then we'll figure out if we're gonna do another leg or not. You guys put in the chat if you want me to do another leg. Let me know. All right, so we didn't land center line, of course, today, but we did what we can do. You see that wind? You see how we're yawing? That's why we didn't land center line. She was smoking in there. Leo Stick says go for it, broski. All right, guys, we probably will do another one, but because I am a husband who's not a rookie, I will be checking in with the wife just to make sure where she's at. And let's go, but where? Let's go to like Cleveland or Washington, somewhere like that. Drew Stone says run another. All right, guys, we're gonna do it. All right, but first I will be checking with the spousal unit. Just FYI, man, FYI. All right, because Otto says let's go second leg. All right, man, I feel you guys. We're gonna do a second leg. Let's see how we looking. Once we do a wing replay, I'll step away real quick. Double, triple, extra, doubly check with the wife. And Greenlight says DCA. All right, maybe we can do that that nice approach. What is that? The River 1 approach? DCA is Washington Reagan, I believe. All right, guys. Yep, Washington sounds good. Cool. Woo, she was smoking. You guys see that? Let's see how far we out from the tower view. All right, guys, we are definitely getting it here on the channel. Again, welcome aboard to the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel. If you just checked in, we just completed our first leg from Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport over to Chicago O'Hare. And I would have liked to get it center line, but oh yeah, Leo Sticks, man, load up. DCA, what's good? Coming into my hometown, don't mess with this one. Oh man, Leo, I know I got to do it right. I got to rep right for you, man. That's right. All right, guys, look at that flare we had going on. And we floated it just a little bit, looking for that butter. There we go again. Boom. Just right of center. Or just left of center, I should say. You can see those reverse engines out here putting a hurting on it. All right, guys. Let's run that back one more time for that view. And then we'll get some other views in there, and then we'll get ready for the next flight. That'll give folks That'll give folks a chance to load up if they are flying with. All right, let's check it out again here, guys. Let's get up nice and close on this bad boy. We had a nice little flare there. I was trying to get it over right here. I was trying to work it over to the right without compromising the landing. Boom. No doubt, no doubt. Couple more replays, guys, and then we will start loading up for sure. We run another one I like here. Coming in looking super majestic. Oh yeah. All right, few more views and we'll be out of here. You guys know I like to run my views, man. I can't help it. All right, guys, I got this nice little view set up as well. So after this, we'll be doing one more wing view replay where we'll ride it out to the gate. That's where I'll check in with the wifey and we will get up. Uh-oh, Nightbot's timing out Leo. Leo, man, you the first timeout I've ever got on Nightbot on here. Not that I've been using Nightbot that often, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that just lets us know that you ride rough, baby. We like it. Leo says, my bad, Nightbot. It's all good. Hey, Nightbot don't play, man. Nightbot don't play. Nightbot's a drill sergeant, boy. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. All right, guys, here we're going to do this review of the landing, and then we'll come in and do another wing view, and then it'll be off to Washington Reagan. Just to let whoever is flying along, I'll be loading up at Hotel 4 as far as the gate's concerned. Nice and overcast here in O'Hare. Man, she was smoking right over that ground. Listen to those engines roar up. Alright, let us do the final wing view replay for you wonderful folks. Alright, let's get this off. Let's get onto the left side of the aircraft. Right here. Maybe we come down a little bit. And let me get rid of my track IR. There we go. Give you guys a nice little view. Alright, guys, so let me get stuff. Let me check in with the wife. You guys enjoy this wing view landing replay. And I'll be back with you shortly. Looks like we're doing another one from Chicago O'Hare to Washington Reagan, which is KDCA. If you're flying with us, load up now. And I'll be at gate Hotel 4. And it looks like Greenlight will be flying with us. So I'll be back with you guys shortly. Enjoy this replay. All right, everybody, I'm back in the seat. I'm doing some flight planning while you guys are enjoying this roll-in. We will be going to Washington Reagan on the next leg. Let's turn that music down just a little bit. So whoever will be joining, load your aircraft up. Next leg will be Washington, D.C., and I'll update the route. All right, next leg is KDCA. If you are flying, let me know. Right now, what I'm doing on SimBrief, I'm just getting everything lined up for you guys so that we can have a seamless departure out of Chicago O'Hare. Yeah, we should be able to get enough fuel on this bird for this trip. Yep, and we'll continue to be Envoy Air. So looks like we've got our flight plan here. So that's what I'm doing right now, guys. Enjoy the roll-in. Like we're going to do flight level 370. Our departure runway is going to be 10 left. Alright guys, I'm back in the seat. We're just still riding it up. I'm still just doing a couple of things here in order to get ready for our next flight. Looks like next flying time is going to be 1 hour and 29 minutes. We got 40 passengers on board this next go around, and our block fuel necessary is 7,850. Alright. So, let me check you guys out in the chat. Getting ready to load in. What time is your sim? I'll tell you right now, green light. Alright. So, aircraft is off. Let's go ahead and stop this replay. Replay mode is stopped. And let's just make sure we're running good on the APU. APU's on with the bleeds, of course, and let's see how much fuel we got so the APU can run. Plenty of fuel until we load it back up. Alright guys, so let me do one thing here. I'm going to reinitialize the... first of all, let me log back into the network. Before I forgot, That way nobody jacks the call sign. So we're logged back in. Now let's come over here and then I'll get and show you what my... Alright, see, route is all cleared out and we're going to do flight level 370. Do not forget to change this, folks, or you will be sad. There you go. And the prescribed fuel for this leg, folks, is 7,850 pounds of fuel. So, one thing I need to do as well is let's go ahead and get the ground power on, because I don't know how long it's going to take everyone else to load up. Let's get that door open. Let's get the GPU going. All right, GPU's going. Okay, turn that APU generator off for now. And let's get this music off here and let's go. Let's see. Yep, and we're gonna get our new flight started. ECA 37,000, flying time minutes, passengers 40. Next we're gonna play some boarding music, but it's gonna be a little bit different music this time. And boom, we'll say this aircraft is Wi-Fi. All right, guys, now let us get into what fuel we need. 7850. Okay, so in the sim right now, green light, the time is 12:11. 12:11 or 18:11 Zulu time. So 12:11 local time, Central Standard Time, or 18:11 Zulu time, green light. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so let's go in here and get that 7800. 79 looks good. And yeah, the weight looks really good right there. Let's apply those changes. Let's re-verify. 39, yep, that looks good. And let's just re-verify that APU is off. Boom, boom, boom. And we have ground power right now, so the APU is off. GPU is 53 point, so we're good there, guys. So we're gonna plan runway 10 left. And let's get a few things done here. I'm gonna put flight plan into the system. Copy. So let's get our flight plan file really quick, just in case. Pittsburgh is our alternate. And
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time,
current Zulu time is, so we'll do 0445 for departure.
All items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and we will be happy to help you. If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats.
All right.
If you are seated in an
So we do have O'Hare ground on. They're 1219.
safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing.
You can also use this autopilot, I believe, for the radio. Oh no, you can use the radio feature right here. So this frequency is 1219.
But we ask that once you depart from the gate, put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard. You're ready to go when you are.
All right, and the ATIS is 35.4.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 380 with service to Washington, D.C. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 29 minutes.
North to Airman. Runway 4 left. 22 right closed.
See,
Runway 9 right.
135.4. That's not
27
working.
left closed. Pilots use caution for bird activity.
It says
in the
it's
vicinity of the
transmitting, but
airport.
I don't hear anything.
Use caution for men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. Central de-icing facility procedures in effect.
Maybe I do
Clear
hear something, but I don't
delivery
have.
Contact
You know what?
ground
Maybe you guys are hearing it,
121.9
but I don't have my appropriate headphone in here, guys. So let me get that in there. Okay, there we go. So I'm crazy. I hear it. All right, let me write it down.
International Airport Data's information X-ray 0351
X-ray.
Web 150 and 11. Visibility 9er. Ceiling 4,500 overcast. Temperature 13. 2.9er. Altimeter 29er 86. Arrivals expect vectors ILS runway 10 center approach reach Michael runway hold short instructions. Departures expect runways 9er center from FF 9200 feet AVL 10 left from PT. 10093 feet available.
Okay, we're expecting 10
Simultaneous
left,
parallel
guys.
departures in use.
Chicago O'Hare ground envoy 318 with information X-ray on board. Looking for IFR to Washington Reagan.
Envoy 318, I just got your flight plan. I'll send you a PDT shortly.
Okay, Roger, standing by for PDC envoy 318. All right, guys, so we got our PDC. He just got the flight plan. What's good, everybody? We are going to Washington, D.C. There's our PDC right there. Squawk code is going to be 3150. $31.50 in the house. All right. So we got that squawk code in there. Drew Stone says, if my Alexa can sound like a normal person, can't they update the voice for ATIS? For real? I know what you mean, Drew. Drop my pin cap here. They got that thing sounding so robotic. All right. So we're going to expect 10 left. And our PDC has got us departing. Okay, so probably just going to get vectored. Mobile. All right, they didn't give us any type of departures from here, which is cool. Clear. Okay, yeah, we did. The O'Hare 6 clear departure, except maintain 5,000. Jets maintain 250 knots until the advised contact departure on 1228. Expect runway assignment when ready to taxi. This serves as your pre-departure. Okay, cool. So we're doing O'Hare 6. Now we can get Grakalak in here. So again, departure. We have to change that now, even though we initialized it. I don't know why it stays the way it does, but it's okay. Drew Stone says reminds him from the movie War Games with Matthew Broderick. That's back in the day, Drew. That means you a little older than most to remember that. But yes, it does. Absolutely. 10 left is what we're expecting, and we're doing the no SIDs available for this runway. Okay, cool. So no worries there. So we'll just have to follow what the SID says and then go from there. The arrival, folks, is going to be DCA. And the star that we are selecting in DCA is the Freedom 5. Select that bad boy. And we're taking Freedom 5 Bucko transition. Select that. Now what we need to do is select the approach. And the approach, now we're going to get into the winds and all that stuff and what we can expect and look at the different approaches. So the winds are calm right now. Hey Leo, if you're watching, man, what runway do they normally land in calm winds? The last winds were out of the east/north. KDCA. Okay, available runways are 19 and 1. You got runway 15 with only 5,204 feet, so 19 and 1 seem the most copacetic for our arrival. So we're going to go for runway 1. The approaches on 1, we have and they got the river visual, which is the 19. but the winds aren't amicable to the 19 or now. That would be a cool approach to do. That runway is the opposite end of the runway. So if the winds were out of the south, we would do that. We could do that river approach, river visual for 19. Granted that it was visual conditions. Let me see what it is there. It's VFR, it's calm, so it is visual conditions. And yeah, but the winds are more conducive for runway 1 from the last heading. So we're going to plan for runway 1. What I'm going to do now too, and I'll check you guys out here in the chat. I'm going to start a new flight on my Navigraph and do all my planning here really quick. And then we'll be out of here. Let's give you guys a different view. There you go. Give you guys that view for now. All right. So, bada bing, bada boom. Let's look up approaches ILS 1. And let's take ILS 1. Let's show waypoints. Okay, cool. So ILS 1 works out to even be on this.
Over the ground. This is AC 1877.
AC 1877 at the ground.
Yes, I need to find out what can we expect for a runway for departure. We need it for the FMS, sir.
Runway 10 left at Delta Delta.
Yeah, Delta.
Okay, 10 left. Thank you very much. AC 1877.
All right, cool. And that was green light, who you guys just heard. So we got the right runway. So I'm expecting runway 1 in Washington Reagan, and the approach, we're gonna do the ILS 1. Bada bing, bada boom. Now this is going to be a little bit different than the other one, because now we have to add route waypoints to this one. So basically, on this, you're going to ignore the transition points for the SID and the star, and we're going to get into the meat of the flight plan here. So mobile is our first waypoint, which is a fix. That's Mike, Oscar, Bravo, Lima Echo. It's a fix, so we can go ahead and enter that, save that. Then our next one is another fix, Adame. Okay, save. Other fix, OTINs, or Oscar, Tango, Echo, November, and Sierra. Save that, and I'll try to put the route in there as well. Let's see, Anawa is the next fix. I like this, is all fixes. Echo Whiskey Alpha. So that's Anawa. Bada bing, bada boom. Save that bad boy. And fix number 7 is Jerry. And we'll save that. Perfect. Now, let's say you needed to add a VOR in here, guys. You just come up here and you click this first, and this would change the VOR. Then you just type it in and enter. NDB, Airport, Latin Lounge, all copacetic right here. So you can even put your own coordinates in here, which is cool. So there you guys go. So let's also, now we need to come back over here to route, MCDU index, and let's go for perf.
679 radio check.
There we go, 7 up. There we go, 7 up. There's our V speeds, 135, 135, flaps 9.
Taxi with information
and we're good there. So now, the only thing we need to do is come back out here, guys. We're going to go to progress. You got to go to flight plan. No flight plan loaded, but that's because we got to execute it. And let's see. Departure, RST, mobile. I'm trying to figure out why these waypoints are in here. So let's go.
Requesting taxi to 10 left.
Let's see. So we need to get rid of RST and Zipper. So we need to get rid of these two. I don't know why that's in there.
Alright, United
1, 2, 3.
Runway 10 left is Delta taxi via Alpha.
And we really don't need to do that. I'll show you a little trick that we can do as well.
3 kilo.
Let's see. Route edit.
Turn left via Delta Delta Alpha Alpha 9
1.
Kilo 3 Kilo United 1, sorry.
See if it'll just let us delete
Your
it.
buddies are flying around like flies.
Yeah!
Okay, there we go.
Okay, ground, can you repeat
We hit
my
delete.
back
Now we need to
please?
delete this
American
zipper.
79.
Boom. Now that waypoint's been deleted, let's execute that thing. Let's go back now to the MCDU index, back over to progress, back over to flight plan, and let's execute that. I don't want to reinitialize, but maybe we have to. Let's go back.
Alpha 15 and November.
Okay, now let's go back, MCDU index. Hopefully this works, guys. Flight plan not initiated. Execute. There we go, guys. So we just have this departure crap right here, which I don't know what that's all about, but we'll make sure that our first waypoint is the mobile right here. Now, really quick, let's look at our flight plan. We go into the plan page, man. Perfect, and this is where we go down, and even if we didn't do anything, it'll swing us back around. So I like it, guys. Flight plan looks good, and we are ready to go. Let's see, first initial departure according to our PDC 5000, and yeah, we're good to go. So now let's come over here, guys, and just all you gotta do is hit legs. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. So let's put 5,000 in our target altitude, which you guys know how to do that now. Come on now, you guys should be experts. We can come right in here. Just type in 5,000. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do you one better. O'Hare, there's only ground, so we're not just gonna do 5,000. We're gonna put our final in there. So our final is going to be flight level 370. So now that's been accepted. We can start out with our vertical speed at 2,000. That's as well been accepted. And our target heading should be for runway 10 left. And let me check you guys out in the chat here. All right, Drew Stone, damn, why you do me like that? Hey, Drew, we all old, man. And Greenlight says he's doing the 19 approach. He's going to do the 19. So, man, I wonder, let me see. He's going to do the river approach as well. Maybe we'll have to do the river approach. Let's see here. So he says he's going to do the river approach, and that's making me want to do the river approach, man, just for doing it. So let's try something different here. Let's go back to our arrival, and let's select the approach. Actually, let's do. Let's see. Let's go back to selecting a star. Boom, boom, boom. Freedom 5. Select. From Bucko, select runway. We got to do the 19. Select approach. And let's see, RNAV 19. Fergie. See what this river visual says. At Fergie, recommended 3,000, and then basically we just follow the river into the approach, and they got recommended one. So let's weather minimum ceiling is 35, and ceiling we need at least 3,500. That'll even be our minimum.
One heavy, frequency change crews. Bye bye.
No final approach.
Over unit call for the event tonight. Yeah, good day.
Let's see, RNAV 19, also from Fergie. Perfect. So let's do RNAV 19. And we'll just do that from Fergie as well, because that's where the river approach starts anyway. So select that. Now we got to go back here. We got to initialize this. Then we got to come back over here. MCDU index, progress, flight plan, execute. And then now, bada bing, bucko. And where is Fergie? There's Fergie. Ooh, that's a lot of waypoints right there. Let's take a look at that. Alright, so every now and then my keyboard freezes up, so we won't be able to look at that here. Good thing is we still have our taxi route right here, which that's basically what we're gonna do. And let's see, so that's our taxi route, so we can get rid of this one. Departure, O'Hare 6. We're departing runway 10 left. All aircraft on or above, advise 5,000 altitude, available to comply. Cross D55 ARC GCO at or above 3,000, cross DME 8.5 ARC GCO. So basically these arcs, these are the arcs that you gotta, there's no routing or heading, but you pass these arcs at a certain altitude. 3,000 and 4,000. These are the arcs DME that you got to pass at whatever the runway heading is, which I'm assuming is what we'll do. And we can just know that runway heading is 93. So let's make sure we have runway heading in, and then we need to make sure everything is back on the FMS. Let's go back into our plan mode really quick, since we did make changes. Boom, looks good. Straight in. There's the river approaches right here. See that? So there's Fergie. Comes right in. River approach. Bada bing, bada boom. Ought to be a good one, guys. Hopefully we don't mess this up. Especially because Leo Sticks 86. This is his area to be. And green light. Are you all ready to go, good sir? Because I think we're good to go. Only thing we need to do is our better pushback. Come on, guys. Why would better pushback act right the first time, right? Oh, man, my keyboard doesn't work. This is gonna suck. Let's go outside. It won't even let me go outside. Let's, You know, sometimes it unfreezes itself. That's the noise you're hearing, though. So, we have no keyboard whatsoever, guys. So let me try something here. This is not gonna work, man. Okay, so this is the only way we can maybe do it. All right, let's see. So we might just have to get a push straight back. I don't even know what that key command is. I haven't done it in so long. Let's go to keyboard, push back. Okay, stop pushback, start pushback, pushback, nose. Okay, here we go. push back, stop, and let go. Straight back, shift and T. Okay, and Alt, Control, and T. All right, let me write that down. Alt plus Control plus T and shift and T. All right, there we go, guys. We should be good to go. All right, my peeps. Let me check on here and let me see if we're ready to go. See, SimPilot, Shift P. Yeah, I did mine Shift T for whatever reason. Drew Stone, everything. I'm just about ready to go. Go ahead for spacing. Got you. All right, guys. Let us go ahead and do exactly what he said. Let's get out of here, guys. So let's go ahead and get that APU started. All right, APU is starting up. You guys know what that means. We got to close the doors. Red beacon's on. And we're just going to wait for this. Actually, we can come down here as well and look at our electrical panel. There's the APU right there. So the APU is up and on them. Bada bing, bada boom. We can disconnect that. Ground ops. And get rid of that guy right there. And we have the red beacon on, guys. There is nothing else to do but to do it. Let me see if I can. Okay, so keyboard looks like it's working again. So let's do something. I told you, man, I don't know why it does it, but looks like we're back in action. Oh yeah, we're back in action. I told you, it messes up, then it comes back in. So now we can do our pushback. Oh man, I just messed that up. Let's try that again, guys. Let's see. I got so excited, man, that it's working. There we go. It's still messed up. I mean, you can see what I have to do here. I got to keep hitting this. All right, there we go.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit.
All right, pushback is going to get started. You guys know what that means. That means that I owe you guys some controls here. Let's get that straight. Controls are free and clear. And let's go flying, guys. We're just waiting for our tug to come up.
United 679.
So we're going to get pushed back. We'll probably take November. And he said from Delta Delta is where we'll take it. So we'll come straight out here and pick up November. Too easy. Okay, there's the guy with the tug. Let's make sure our brake is still up, and it is. And
okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Let's see. Takeoff information. Okay. Takeoff 1 is in there. We've got our, now again, our initial altitude is going to be, and let's get our heading, oops, on 93.
Step and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Let's see, red beacon is on. All right, pushback is coming. So we got a good one here for you guys. Hopefully we get a good arrival into the Washington Reagan area. We're on heading mode. Bada bing, bada boom. Then we'll go direct to Adame.
And you may start engines.
So we'll come off basically east, and you know, we can pretty much take ourselves directly east.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
Alright guys, let's go ahead and get this engine started.
We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. Start the flow of oxygen.
Alright, there's ignition A. We just forgot to turn our bleed air on.
And secure the elastic band behind your head. Heavy strap is necessary.
American 679 holding short of runway.
American 679, Tulsa flying, frequency change approved.
Secure your mask first and then assist others.
Frequency change approved, American 679.
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
In the event that the pilot decides
Alright, parking brake is set. Let's get our DCA in there before we forget. Because this is essentially the only thing that we need to do is have this up.
When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist.
Alright, guys.
Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically,
Just wait for this engine to go and then we'll get them disconnected. Starting the left side, guys. Gotta wait for it to say ignition. There we go.
Please securely stow all personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and seat cables are all in their
Alright, ground and closing is 05 Zulu.
This is a non-smoking flight, and that includes vaping.
Now let's go back to our perf because we need to make sure that our trims are set up. 7-up's good. We're all good there, and our V rotation is 135.
Has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Thank you for flying us. Jen, we hope you enjoy your flight.
Alright, a lot of stuff taken care of here. Let's clear this out. There we go. And the aircraft is started appropriately. Let's get the bleed off. Packs can come on. Let's get the other bleeds on. Let's get this APU off. Everything is on. Boom, 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 boom. Nothing else left to the imagination up here. And let's tune in to ground one more time and make sure the 80 is still
Radius
X-ray.
parallel departures in use. North is 2 airmen. Runway 4 left. 22 right
Flaps are
closed.
set.
Runway 9 right. 27 left closed. Pilots use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of
And
the
the
airport.
altimeter we set was
Use caution for
2986.
men and equipment at numerous sites on the field. Central de-icing facility procedures in effect.
Now look for the knob.
Clear
Right
of
here it is.
delivery closed. Contact ground 121.9 or advise on initial
Alright
contact.
guys, we're getting ready to
You'll
get
have
out of here.
Information X-ray.
Okay, X-ray still current. Chicago Air ground, Envoy 318 information, X-ray pushback from the gate, ready to taxi.
Envoy 318, I have ground, runway 10 left at Delta Delta, taxi via Alpha 15 November.
Okay, Alpha 15 November to runway 10 left via Delta Delta for Envoy 318. Alright guys, so you know what it is. Let's get those, let's get this closed, get that taxi light on, and let's do our official check. This is our good luck right here. She's all situated, looking good. Autumn March in Hollywood. Alright guys. Flight controls check is going to happen right now. Parking brake is released. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Aileron left. Aileron right. Neutral. Alright. And rudder left.
We're ready for
Rudder
departure.
right. Alright. Here we go. She's ready for the departure. Alright guys, we are on the roll. Welcome aboard. Alpha 15 is straight ahead. So we're going to fly basically runway heading, and then we might even miss the first one because the first waypoint is so close, I believe. Alright, we got our heading of 93 on there. Okay, this is Alpha 15. We'll have Bravo, then it should go to November. Okay, the next one coming up is November, guys, and then we're looking for Delta Delta. Look at this guy. These guys right here are straight up gangsters. They don't even stop. That's that real hazard pay in the job. Alright guys, we're merging on to November. Alright, and then we'll be looking for Delta guys, and then we're out of here. You know, because there is no tower, I'm just inclined to do 101 like the FMS. No need to do anything extra. As a matter of fact, we don't even need to do heading mode, guys. Let's just do the nav mode. And no matter what, we will essentially fly the appropriate heading at all times.
And if they're not,
Okay.
by the aircraft.
Alright, let's slow it up yet. I gotta make sure where Delta's at. Okay, we got a ways to go. We got November 1, then Delta. Okay. Alright, cool. And we're not crossing any runways, so that's a good thing. Alright, flight controls are on for you guys, and we are destined to get out of here today. Alright, there's November 1, Delta should be the next one. There's no tower, so we're going to be our own tower, guys. Alright guys, this should be Delta. Brake is applied.
Good evening, Chicago Ground. This is AC 1877. We are in the Kilo Alley, ready for taxi.
AC 877, okay, ground, information, X-rays, current.
Yes, we do have information X-ray.
Delta, taxi via Alpha 15, November.
Okay, Delta via Alpha 15, AC 1877.
Hello, Air Ground. This is Envoy 318. We'll be switching over to Unicon. We just wanted to say thanks for the ATC and have a good evening, Envoy 318.
You're welcome, everyone.
Alright, guys.
NAC 8077 school normal.
And there we go. 12180. Let's look right and look left. Cool. Chicago air traffic, Envoy 318 is an Embraer 145, now entering runway 10 left for immediate departure out to the east, climbing unrestricted up to flight level 370 for O'Hare traffic. Alright guys, so back on the callouts. Let's get our AV tab off. Let's get our time started. Boom. Time is started on the chronometer. Alright, center line. Everything is good to go. Setting takeoff power. Takeoff power is set. Airspeed is alive. Cross check 80 knots. 100 knots.
American 679, climbing.
E1 and rotate.
Flight level 35,000, currently at flight level 130.
Gear is coming up.
9 nautical miles from CMSKY.
We're getting an alert for the landing gear, but gear is confirmed up. Let's see. Alright. Flaps coming up. Alright, back on the power. Autopilot is engaged. And we're going to go for flight level change. And last thing we need to do, guys, for our takeoff is come in here, climb power. Climb power has been achieved. Throttle's full. Chicago air traffic Envoy 318 is clear of runway 10 left, climbing out to the east unrestricted, flight level 370 for Chicago air traffic. Alright guys, so nice rollout. We had a landing gear warning, so hopefully we don't have any issues. Let's go ahead and get that taxi light off. We'll leave landing lights on. Aircraft is climbing in the climb mode now. Altitude is selected for flight level 370. Chronometer has been started. Gear is up and clean. Flaps are up and clean. After takeoff checklist is complete. Alright guys, we are cooking with the Crisco. Woo, you see her yawn? Those winds. She's yawn. Look at those winds. She's off to the side. Look at those winds. There she goes. I'm going to release her. There she goes. Boom. Look at her climbing up like a beast. Straight up beast mode up in this piece. Alright guys, let us turn that off. You guys don't need to see that anymore. And it is quite quiet in here. Up into the clouds we go, folks. Once again, thanks for riding along with us here on this second leg from Chicago O'Hare on over to Washington Reagan. We're looking to do the visual. If we have any problems with the visual, obviously, then it is going to most certainly turn into an RNAV approach, which we have programmed in the system. So it ought to be fun trying to manhandle the aircraft. We'll study the visual chart. All right, guys. Getting ready to pass that 10,000 feet. That was kind of a nice straight out departure with no ATC. And we are at 10,000. Lights off, peeps. We are en route to Washington Reagan. Again, flying time for this leg, folks, is 1 hour and 29 minutes, and we're already 4 minutes deep, as you can see right here. We got green light flying with us, so he should be getting airborne anytime soon here. And let's see our fuel stores. Pretty good. We got 6,000, 7,000, and 480 pounds of fuel on board. I believe that's right. 7,000. Yep, look at that. Man, I'm good. 7,480. That's pretty good. And there it is right there. I was just testing myself out, man. All right. We are doing good. Now that we are not arriving, look, we're over Lake Michigan right now, of course. I wanted that for our arrival into to O'Hare, but we didn't get that, but that's all right. Let you guys look at it that way. I know it's kind of loud on the back. Now let me check you guys out, man. You guys are doing good. You guys are all behaved in the stream, and all I can say is I'm proud of you guys. Again, for anybody that's a veteran, has a family member that's a veteran, will serve, knows somebody that is serving, happy Veterans Day to you. It's a very nostalgic and important day for me, being a veteran myself. And yeah, so happy wishes to you all, blessings to your family, and God bless everybody, obviously. She's a little bumpy leaving the Chicago area. But what are we going to do? Got to ride it out. All right, guys. Here we are, fresh and clean, Envoy 318. I didn't really mean for that to rhyme, but it did on time, which is sublime. No, I'm just kidding. Knock it off, guys. Knock it off. All right. Just a little fun. So here we are. And, of course, this is our location that we are headed to. There is no air traffic control on as of right now, so hopefully that can just stay the same so we can kind of do our own thing without getting any last minute guess what I'm on You got to adhere to me now, but if they do, we know the deal. All right, she's climbing nicely. We're getting ready to come up to 18,000 feet in less than 900, so we'll put it into the standard mode, guys. You know the deal. All right, coming up on 17.8. And we are ready for standard. Standard altimeter. Let's make sure it's switched everywhere. Standard altimeter. Standard altimeter, guys. Back in the skies we find ourselves. So we get to 20,000 feet, we'll have another 17,000 feet to go on the climb until we reach our final cruising altitude of flight level 310. Let's raise you guys up for a little bit better of a view here. There you guys go. All right, 16,900 feet to go until our top climb, guys. Take a look off this first officer side here. Now let's see if we can get that av tab back up. And let's get rid of those that we don't need. We don't need that. We don't need this. And we definitely don't need that. We need this. Let me get it out of your wonderful view. Just need to monitor the speed there. And let's see, first things first, let's get our boom, boom, boom. Funny thing is the river approach, river visual 19 right here. So we got the RNAV set up. So here it goes, guys. So here's Fergie. It's recommending 3,000 at Fergie. It's recommending 18 once we cross this. 15, 900 at the bridge. And on around and in there. So we're going to give it a try, guys. We are going to try the river visual. And it's going to be pretty nice, literally just following the river. And we just need to know that our aircraft may visually follow the river to the airport or may proceed via the RNAV 19 approach to SeaTalk waypoint, then follow the river to the airport. So here's the SeaTalk, but we'll already be, once we get to Fergie, we'll see the river and we'll just take it and start following it. And we'll be nice and slow, like we're talking 180, 170. And bring her on in. So we're going to hand fly the river visual until runway 19. Okay. So our ceiling visual is 3,500. So by the time we get there, if we don't have a visual at 3,500 feet, we cannot do this visual approach, because you need to be that's so you can see the river right here at Fergie. Touchdown zone is 13 feet, so we know we're coming all the way down. So that's why it's important to hit these marks. Which right here at this bridge, we better be at 900 feet right here. So if we're not at that bridge at 900 feet, we're going to be too high. So we got to keep in mind, we want to hit this bridge that we're going to see at 900 feet. So we'll see how this goes. We're at 26,300 climbing up to 37,000 feet. Now, once we get on the ground, airport info, terminal is going to be off to the right. Okay. Now, one thing I was remiss in doing, let me see the gate that we are intended on arriving at. Okay, so we can do gate 32 basically through 36. So basically anywhere here, 32, even over here at 36 is fine. So I'll choose which one and we'll make it happen. I'm more inclined to go to 32 right here. Yeah, we can do 32. 32 and 36 are American Airlines gates. Envoy Air, we're flying a livery for American Airlines as a regional airliner is what we're doing. It's clearly written on the side of the aircraft. If we come outside, zoom in, you can see right here on the livery, Envoy Air right here. So let's just get to our cruising altitude. We'll look and see what our top of descent is. Obviously, I think by the time we get to top of climb, we'll still be about an hour. And there may be a possibility that once we get stable, I might step out of the cockpit for a few. All right. Alright, Skyhawk says I need to go, but have a good night. Love the stream. Alright, Skyhawk, appreciate you. Drew Stone says power back. And, okay, so these are old ones here that I must have not even recognized that were in here, so sorry about that. And let me check the scope. And just to let you guys know, green light is up and at 'em. Alright, looks like green light is doing express jet. Man, I tell you, man, green light be doing some liveries and airlines that I haven't even ever heard of. I've heard of express jet before, but I never fly them, man, so I need to start getting those liveries. So that's a big shout out to you, green light. We're always finding liveries that aren't mainstream or always trending, but they definitely are out there. So we got about 6,000 more feet to go, roughly. See, we're getting some weather here. Let's look down here on our progress page. So see, we'll have top of descent in 311 miles, so that's pretty cool. So that's still under an hour. Once we get up and cruising. So Grays, I believe, is, let's check that out again. That's one of the major points that we need to pay attention to on our approach. And actually, more so, it's Fergie. Let's make sure we got Fergie up in there. I don't remember seeing Fergie. Doesn't mean anything, though. I wasn't looking for it. Okay, there's Fergie right here. So Fergie, we definitely need to be at least between 3,500 and 3,000. They're recommending 3,000. See, they're recommending, and this may be even 10 DME from Fergie. They're recommending to be 3,000, so that tells me they want Fergie at 3,000 more than likely, or 3,500. Let's look at the RNAV and look at what other discrepancies we have. So no matter what, Fergie's at 3,000, guys. They want us to be at Fergie at 3,000. See, initial approach fix Fergie 3,000, and we'll definitely be 180 right here, or even slower than that. The way we can take on the monumental challenge of flying the river. So here's some points that we need to look for. Basically, is a tower off to the right. That'll be parallel to Fonvie. Here's some other landmarks right here that we'll be able to look at. That'll be on the left side of the river, or the east side of the river, if you will. So, I've never done this before, so we'll look and see what's up with that. Alright, guys. Let's check and see what the estimated fuel on board. We'll still have 6,000. This is the fuel we have now. So at DCA, or Washington Reagan, we're going to have 3,300 something pounds of fuel. So, in preparation, let's also look at something here really quick. That's the RNAV. Let's get back to the visual. Okay. So the first one we come across, American Legion Bridge, then the Chain Bridge. Again, 18. So once we get past this 3,000, we're going to start descending down to 1,800 feet to hit this bridge. And then this looks like recommended right here, 4 DME from CTOC. We need to be at 1,500 feet. 3 DME at the Key Bridge, 900. So really, first bridge, 18. Second bridge, 900. Memorial Bridge, we should pretty much almost get the field in sight. Alright, so the key is not to be below 900 feet at the last bridge, and then from there we know it's going to be a gradual descent, but we're going to be nice and slow at our approach speed, so things shouldn't be happening too quick at all. Alright, we've got about 2,400 feet to go or so. Current time is 14:08. Top of descent happens at 1956. Let's see, so the times must be off in here. So So this is month and day. Okay, so the time is 19:08. So our top of descent happens in roughly, roughly 30, not even 40 minutes. So it's going to be roughly 37 minutes. Or I'm sorry, 47 minutes, if you will. 47 minutes. Basically 1910 minus 50. Actually, that's 40. Yep, so about 46 minutes we got till top of descent. We're almost to our cruising altitude, guys. Let's go ahead and check and see where green light is at. All right. Here is the green to the light, and here is us. Now, if I get ahead in enough time, I might even go higher up in the air to see where he's coming from and do a nice little zoom down to the runway to see him land, provided we make it okay. On the rusty dusty VATSIM scope here, we don't have any weather, so we should literally get a good one here. So this is the little bit of river approach that we will be following right there. It's not going to be too detailed. All right. Get this out of here. Binga says, hey, what up, Binga? Thanks for checking in. Appreciate you. Almost at that final cruising altitude, guys, and then I probably more than likely will step out of the cockpit for a hot second. Just know, guys, that our top of descent, again, is going to happen at 19:55. So that gives us 45 minutes from time now of 1910 Zulu in the sim. All right. That indicates now that we've got now less than 1,000 to go. Climbing ever so slowly. Let's look and see what our feet per minute is right now. It's like ridiculously low. It's not even 500 feet per minute. But ground speed is right at 358 knots. Indicated is 180. And our true airspeed is 322. Make our nice little turn here. And let's get rid of this av tab for now so we can enjoy our views. At this rate, not even sure if we'll ever make it to our cruising altitude.
In a few moments, our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks if we can. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note, we only accept credit cards.
Once we get to our cruising altitude, we'll definitely pick up some speed. Not much. I imagine indicated no more than about 220, if that. All right, Dave McKee says, okay, can't watch on big screen anymore. Makes me sleepy. Lounging in the lazy boy, Dave McKee says. Again, Dave, thanks for continuing to ride along with us here on the way to Washington Reagan, guys. And we are going to be doing the River Visual 19. And we're going to be pulling up to gate 32. Hopefully, it all works right. Just waiting for us to get to the cruising altitude. Very simple airport. So whatever we do, we'll be turning right off the field and probably backtaxing via Kilo to gate 32. All right, moving right along, guys. So we are pretty much level and as closest to 37,000 feet as we're going to get. You see the aircraft picking up a slight amount of speed. Like I said, I'm not imagining it's going to pick up too much speed. Going into cruise power now, guys. It's indicated right here in the engine mode. And yeah, 36.9, I think that's basically where we're going to stay at. Speed is going to stay right here, and we're about 380 knots ground speed. Now we're even dropping. Continuing to try to do that climb. We'll leave it right at 37.9. That's as best as we're getting on speed at this weight, altitude, and all that good stuff. Sup, Dre, checking in with likes. HD Simulation in the house, guys. Check out HD Simulation. He's in the chat right now. He's also a content creator. Appreciate you swinging through, HD, giving me that like. Hope your stream went well. Hope you had a great landing. And hopefully I'm going to do some more group flights with HD and the crew in the future. So guys, give him a sub, a like on his videos, and share it out. Again, that's HD Simulation. We also had Dave McKeon here, who is a content creator. And we've also had Leo Sticks 86, who's also a content creator, that's visited us. And Captain Shaquille Oatmeal, who's also another content creator, guys, who has most certainly been doing big things, and he did his own stream today as well. All right. So our speed's going to maintain right here about 180. I don't think we're going to be able to squeeze any more juice out of there. Let's just go and double check our landing fuel. So our fuel will be good, estimated fuel. So we got plenty of fuel on board. And top of descent. Now it's forecasting 1953. That's about, you know, if you get to the 20 here, be 23 minutes, guys. So without further ado, I'm going to step away really quick. And you guys manage the aircraft. And I'll be back with you here in a second, guys. Until then, keep the aircraft stable. Por favor, I'll be back. Our top of descent is coming up quick. boy is back with you guys. Thank you for holding the aircraft down. And we will be getting ready for... Man, we really dropped some speed at this altitude. Let's see here. Top of descent, 149, 1959 now. Because we lost some speed there. I think we're going to go ahead and aircraft is not performing as it should, so I think we're going to go ahead and drop some altitude. 37, we're going to go down to 33. Pick up some speed. Alright, 33 is our new cruising altitude. And I don't think I need to... I'm not going to make an announcement out. I'm just going to check the VATSIM scope. And make sure. Captain Shaquille says, back, man. This girls were big mad. Who was mad, Shaq? Was it the warden? Did she hem you up? Hopefully not, brother. Yeah, and the funny thing is, we're going so slow, green light is actually going to end up going around us, man, because this thing is just not flying optimally. So let's get... Alright, so we're going down to 3.3. Actually, I'm going to go to 3.1. I like the performance at 3.1. Obviously, we'll be picking up some speed as well. So we're not going to make an announcement, guys. We're just going to descend down ever so gently. Fergie is our... We want to be there at 3,000, folks. All right, this is definitely helping us on the speed. And green light just called me, so I'm going to give him a call. Give me 1 second. I'm going to jump off camera. Alright guys, here I am back again. Was just talking to Greenlight really quick and going over some aircraft system stuff here, just figuring out why we were so slow. Thought maybe the flaps were out or the spoilers were out when they weren't. I think it was just, you know, poor performance. He's actually flying the same thing. So if you guys do fly this aircraft, one thing that is the fictitious thing in the aircraft that they may help you manage the speed is this little screw right here, which he put me onto right now. It's right next to the Flight Director 1. You click it and that becomes your auto throttle, pretty much, and that's what you can also control with the autopilot, what he's saying. So right now here's the target speed, but if we wanted it to switch to miles, the first thing, or to knots, we would just come over here and push this in so it goes back to miles. Then you have to arm this by hitting the speed, then it'll follow what you're doing. So right now we're good to go. I'm going to take it off and fly it manually because, you know, we got our wonderful approach coming up soon. So we got to be all prepared for that, guys. And let's get some more motivating music on here. Got kind of sad. I don't even know if you guys can hear the music. Alright guys, so we're going to be starting our top of descent, and I see green light where you said your flaps are out, and they weren't. They just appeared maybe that they were, but they've been in the whole time, guys. Since we took off, we went flaps clean and checked it on the way up. So, and we never did anything with the flaps at all, so we could even come out and take a visual look, which would be unrealistic, but we could have somebody in the passenger cabin look at it. Our flaps are good, they've been in. So aircraft, I think, was just heavier and having a hard time performing at 37,000 feet. But for now, we are good. So we're at 31,000 feet. We got Honor, which is supposed to be at flight level 280. Let's check that out on the Avi tab. And we're going to go nice and slow on this approach, guys. Basically, approach speed is what we're going to be doing. Alright, so you got a honker at flight level 240. So we'll be coming in this way because this should be the river approach right here. Let's see, runways 15-9, 22-19, expect DME 19 RNAV. River visual 19 and radar vectors to final approach course. Let's see, so we got here at Freedom. Let's see if we go to Together, and then I think we come right here or Fergie, and that's exactly what we do. So we're gonna make sure here at Freedom we do a left turn to stand and then Together. Honor, Bravery. Okay, standing together. So there we go. Freedom, stand together. Passau copacetic, and then we get Fergie at 3,000 feet. And then from there, it'll be all up to us, guys. So if we do the math, we need to be at Honor. Actually, I want to be at Honor lower than that. I want to be at Honor at... We'll plan flight level 240. We won't mess with it though, we'll just do it on our own. So 240, 31 to 240, that's 7,000 feet. 3 times 7 is 21, so about 30 nautical miles out. So right as we get to the tail end of Bucko, we can start our descent to meet Honor when we do. So 75 and 12, that's 85, 87. 87 plus 10 is 97, plus 5 is 103 miles. So let's see where it's got us descending. 54 miles, it's got us starting our descent. I think that was based off of our old cruising level. Let's go to perp and see if the cruise level in here is still... Yeah, it's 37,000 feet, so now we can... Okay, unable because the flight plan's loaded, that's what's going on. So this thing is definitely quirky, you can't make a whole lot of changes, but that's what's going on. That's why it's calculating the 53 miles, but we're not going to do it quite yet then, because like I said, it's only a disparity of, you know, 7,000 feet. We want to be at flight level 240 from 31, so that, if we're doing the rule of 3, 7,000 times 3 is 21, so we'll start our descent about 30 nautical miles out to start mating our start meeting our altitude restrictions. Let's see if we got any speed restrictions there. Of course we do. Honor at 280. Look at this horizon, it looks weird. Big line there, it looks like the horizon just disappears. You guys see that? If we look this way, it fixes itself. If we look this way, it looks crazy. So there's a little bit of a texture, a glitch. See that? Alright, guys. me get the updated weather in here. So we might see a weather update now from Active Sky. Looks like the horizon fixed itself up. And of course, let us go over to our so winds are still calm, 4 knots. So even though the winds are out of 30 degrees, it's 4 knots. So the wind is not significant enough to be changing what we got going on around, doing the 1.9 on the river visual. And altimeter is 3024. I'm just glad we got picked up on those speeds. So it's definitely going to be a close one. We might not get a chance to see green light come in. It's kind of right next to us. Let's look back in the passenger cabin and see what we can see. Alright, we're not able to see him. All right, back up front we go. Moving right along, folks. Moving right along. All right, so progress. Now it looks like it adjusted big time. You guys see that? It adjusted down to 20 nautical miles on the descent. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe we just passed up from 50 to 20 that quickly. But we're still not going to start descending there. That's going to be a little bit too early. So we need 30. We got 36 to Bucko, 12 to Darren, then another 15. So we only need about 30 miles to get down to 24,000. And at this current speed, in order to achieve that with the 3-degree glide slope, we're going to take our speed times 5. So we're looking at 5 times 300 is 15. Or I'm sorry, yeah. 5 times 3 is 1500 degrees down, minus 1, because you're supposed to do your speed times 5. I'm sorry, it's ground speed. So I stand corrected. I was looking to indicate it. So in order to get your 3 degrees glide slope, you're going to multiply 456 times 5. And I'll tell you what that is right now. And that'll basically be our 3 degrees once we start descending, provided we keep that speed. So about 22 to 2300 pitch down once we start our descent. So that's what we'll do. So now we can see that we definitely have over an hour flying times, about an hour and 3 minutes. So about another 20 minutes, guys, and we should pretty much be on the ground there, because flying time today for this leg was only supposed to be an hour and 29 minutes. Yeah, we're just slightly ahead of green light, so we're a little bit more northwest of him. I'll show you guys. So kind of neck and neck. Like I said, that's why he's off our right. Probably too far for us to see visually, of course. And he's direct to Bucko for our conversation on the phone. So once we get on the arrival, he'll probably slow down just a little bit, or I'll have to, you know, speed up. I don't know what just happened here. Let's see. Come on, get over there. Gets stuck, acts like it doesn't want to go, but there we go. Yep, hey honey, how's it going? My wife with that beautiful emoji in there. Love you, babe. And after we land, we'll celebrate for Veterans Day tomorrow. She's trying to spoil me, so we'll see what's cracking. Green light says 5 times your ground speed will give you 3 degrees down. That's what we just went over. And of course, I learned that from green light, so rightfully so. He's putting that information out. I'm telling you guys, man. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Now, somebody be green light in this situation for a lot of the things that we want to know. You got an actual pilot that flies with us, man, so we can get a lot of information from him and learn from his experience. Not to mention the academic portion of going through the training that he's went through, since he's multi-engine and IFR rated, guys. Once we make our next turn, we're actually going to be starting.
This is AC-1877. We are descending out of flight level 370 to cross Bucko at 31,000 and arriving at the DCA airport. AC-1877.
All right, that's green light, and he's starting his descent now because he is higher. We are already at 31,000 feet. Okay, roger that. Do you want me to go into my descent and keep a faster speed, or are we good for distance or spacing?
What's your airspeed right now?
Indicated airspeed is 280 knots or 0.76 Mach.
Okay, I've already slowed down to 6.6, so we're okay on spacing. We should be okay.
Okay, roger that, and I'll make sure that I keep a good speed into my descent and slow it down to be at my initial approach fix at between 160 and 140 knots. All right, guys, so just doing a little coordinating. All right, now we can pretty much start our descent because we're right where we want to be. Washington Reagan traffic, Boy 318 Embraer ERJ145 out of flight level 310, descending via the Freedom 5 arrival, direct to Darren for Washington Reagan traffic. All right, guys, so let the games begin. We're shooting for 24 on the first one. So we're going to keep our speed up. We have started our descent. We definitely, our goal is to meet Honor, which looks like we're going to be blowing past that. That came very quick. So Bravery, let's look. Bravery, we need flight level 259er. I think at Bravery we can get something different. We should be coming onto this screen here shortly. Honor 240, Bravery at flight level 220. Alright, we'll keep the music pumping up for a little bit. And we are definitely kind of speeding, which is okay. After Bravery, we're going to have Berg at flight level 200. And let's get the current altimeter. Brian Harris, let's go. I've been flying a lot of heavies. Good to have a 4-leg day. Hey, welcome to the stream, Brian Harris. Appreciate the aircraft diversity. Sometimes you got to take the smaller sports cars out for a spin, Brian Harris says. No doubt, Brian Harris, man, that's what we try to do. We try to keep it pretty diverse on the channel in terms of, you know, what we fly. Not to mention I enjoy flying different aircraft, not just, you know, obviously the big airliners are always going to be probably my most favorite category, but I love general aviation too, and depending on how grimy we get, sometimes those can be even more funner depending on the little fields that we land in. Altimeter, guys, is 3024, and we're going to continue our descent. Bravery we can get at between flight level 260 and 220, so that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to continue our descent down to flight level 200 for Keurig. We only got 11 DME between the two, so we might as well type in 15 as well. All right, guys, and you know what? Let's go ahead and stop the music for now, guys, and let me get those controls on for you because I surely will forget. All right, we're going to continue our descent. And I know we're breaking the speed right now because we're really supposed to be at 280, but we're trying to keep that good distance between green light and I. So the bottom altitude for this is about 20,000 feet. If we start getting close, I'll slow this down. And then, of course, for our next waypoint, which looks like it's Pledge. Next waypoint, Pledge, at 280 at 15, so that's what we're looking for, which we're fine to make that. We can just keep going on down. And again, we said that altimeter, guys, was 3024. And Dave McKee says GA is life. Sir, I agree to that too, Dave. No doubt. No doubt, guys. We are going to bring it in. And again, first time I'm doing the river visuals. So again, we need to be at Fergie at 3,000 feet. That is the ultimate goal, and nice and slow. Like Usher. Nice and slow. Going to throw in 14,000 because that's going to be what we need on the next one. And then once we get a little closer, okay, we can go ahead and get our altimeters all set up now. Let's go this way. .3024 on the altimeter. All right, we're definitely off a little bit. Let's see, pledge. Okay, direct pledge at 15, so that's fine. And then after pledge, we got 14,000. And we will, and then never at 12,000. Alright, we're going to start bringing some speed back now. I think we're far enough ahead, guys. Let's bring some of that speed back. And, okay, we got never at 12,000. Forget at 11,000. So 8,000 at freedom. And then after freedom, we're going to go ahead and start descending down to 3,000. So I'm just setting it for 8,000, and I'll measure it and monitor it on see, Weasel. The bottom as we could be is at Dusty 14,000 feet. So alright, we're bleeding speed now, and if you can see, we're direct wheel, and it's at 14,000, so we're adhering to that. The next waypoint could be at 12, and so on and so forth, so we're going to bleed that speed right now. And 280's been the standard, so 250 is what we need to bleed all the way down to, so that's fine. Forget's at 11, Seppi's at 10. So 12, 11, then 10. Never and forget. Okay, never 12, forget 11. Alright, back down we go. So above 12, 11, Seppi was 10. Seppi's 10. So 11, 10. Crossing right at 12, which is good. And hopefully we hit this at 11. And the other one at, so hit this at 11 and this one at 10. And then the next one is supposed to be below 10,000, so that's fine. We can keep going down to 8. We'll keep our speed right here for now, guys. And Dave McKee says, been here all night. I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you? Greenlight says, or Dave McKee says, to Greenlight. Dave, yes, sir. You most certainly have been here all night. We appreciate you checking in and following along with us. Literally, there's no aircraft around except blue light blue light, green light, and I. And so there's no issues there. Let's get her on the ground, guys. Okay, 11. Seppi is 10. Always is below 10. Freedom is at 8. And that's a done deal. After we get to Freedom at 8 at 240, then we go straight down to 3,000, guys. So we can get here at about 10. And we'll keep going down to 8,000, guys. Last notable one is going to be Freedom at 8,000.
We have begun our final descent into Washington, D.C. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any crash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position.
Landing lights are coming on.
Carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger.
All right. Leo Stick says, still here, bro. Just working through some things with Captain G.O. Appreciate everybody staying on board. You guys have truly been fun to hang out with on this flight into Washington Reagan. That'd be a nice, well, we'd be super high, but if we were lower, that'd be a nice straight in right there for whatever field that is. Wonder if that's BWI right there. Uh-oh. Well, there you go, guys. Yet another catastrophe on the channel. We, for whatever reason, had memory low. So unfortunately, we don't get to see page on live streaming. Wait. So stream definitely took a dump on us.